Good morning, Jason Smith here, December 1st, 2016. I want to start this podcast, video cast, with a shout out to my daughter, Amethyst. She's 18 today, and it's quite a thing, 18 years old, and I have 3 children, and she's my youngest, so it's a big deal to me, and she's worked hard in her life to accomplish this achievement with a state of grace, and I'm really proud of her, and I wish her the best, and we're all behind her. So this morning, it's December, I started to think a little bit about something that we're calling awareness training. Now, awareness training is a starting point for feeling into your body and your surroundings. So in terms of just pure health, physical, psychological, mental, spiritual, it's really, really important to start to become aware of what's going on in you and around you. I think it was Aristotle, perhaps, who said the unexamined life is not worth living. And what he means by that is, if you don't get this sense of awareness of what's going on in you, in your thoughts, in your spirit, your heart, and around you, you live a life that's robotic. You're like a matrix program. Now, we all have come up and through our lives with a lot of programs in ourselves. So we've got dents, we've got damage, we've got likes, dislikes, opinions, beliefs, all of which are the product of both the nurture and the nature. But what we can do, and what does lead to ridiculously powerful, beautiful results, is that we can start to get in charge of our life. That's a way of saying it. Become co-creators in our life. And the very first step to do that, the absolute first step, is bodily awareness. We might say also mental awareness, but the very first step of what I teach and what I've learned myself is to really simply become aware of my body. And the very first exercise you can do is you can hold out your hand. Here, you can hold out your hand and just put your attention on your hand. Just become aware of your hand. And then tell your hand to close. Tell your hand to open, and then open it. And become aware of the feeling. Now, right now, I have a fireplace behind me, so I'm very aware that there's a radiating heat behind it, and I'm in tune with the sense of what my hand feels like here in the air, and there's a tension in the shoulder to hold it up, and I'm also aware of the sensation of the openness of the hand. That has a texture and a feel to it. And now I'm going to close it, and that has a totally different feel. Again, I still feel the warmth behind me, I still feel the energy and the blood coming through it, and I feel the tension in the shoulder holding my hand up. But I'm feeling a different sensation because now this is a closure. And now there's a relaxation that feels when I open. And now a tension that closes and an open. So simple and yet so elegantly powerful in our lives when we slowly start to methodically learn to feel our bodies, and then to notice our thoughts, and to feel our feelings and notice our feelings, and then to start to feel out into the world and really start to become aware. This is awareness training. And the flip of it is that once you become really aware of what's kind of going on in your body, you can start to really inhabit your body for the first time, which is the other side of the equation, the feminine side. Awareness is a very masculine skill that we're developing, and everyone, men or women, will want to develop this awareness in their body. They'll do it a little differently. Most men tend to focus on becoming aware of their thoughts through meditation, and women become more aware of their bodies through movement, spiritual movement, sacred dance type exercises and practices. However, everyone should do both. Particularly, men should get in their bodies and women should get in their minds and become aware of their thoughts. Awareness is the first step to really taking a step back, which allows you to see a bigger picture, and from that picture you can start to literally make choices to do what I call remarkable things. So whatever you're doing in life, business, whether it's intimacy, whether you're raising a family, writing a book, I could say anything you can do. This awareness training is just the key. I'll tell you an interesting story. When I was with my son about 5-6 years ago, we were sitting in a restaurant, we were just having a one-on-one time. He was 12, 13. And I started to talk about this awareness with him, and he goes, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Well, hold up your hand, and then hold up your other hand, and feel the energy in your hand, and then move the energy, down your arm, up this side, across your back, and into the other hand," which is a practice I've done. It's because I can move energy. Worked hard to do that. Have some natural skills at it as well. It's something I teach people. There's a lot of uses to that, but it's basically starts with awareness. And he was like, he just couldn't feel his own hands. He held up his hands, I feel nothing. He felt nothing. Years later now, we've talked, and he was like, I remember that. And he goes, yeah, I can feel energy come over to here and then come over to there, and it's like a ball of light, and he can move it. Those are some fun games you can do. That's really missing the point, though, because as you become aware of yourself, you literally begin to see options and choices, and you can make some choices of what kind of life you want to live, and what kind of love you want to have, and what kind of love you want to give. So that was my talk this morning, December 1st. I hope you're getting a sense of what this little awareness training is that I'm talking about. It's that little first step of just becoming aware, and you can literally just practice with your hand and feel what it feels like open and feel what it feels like closed. And then another step will be to close your eyes, because you have a visual version of that. So now close your eyes and feel what it's like open. It'll give you a better sense of it. And then just feel what it's like closed, with your eyes closed. And then you can start to do a lot of, there's 100 other exercises I could give you, but this is just a fun one to start with, and just start practicing feeling your body, feeling one piece of it. You could do it with your feet, you could do it with your chest, you can do it with your head, your eyes. Maybe tomorrow or the next time we talk, I'll teach you the inner smile meditation. I believe it was first brought to the West by Mantak Chia. I could be wrong about that, but that's who taught it to me. And that's a good awareness exercise. So next time we meet, inner awareness. So once again, I hope you're becoming more open-hearted. I hope your heart is going deeper, and I hope that you're feeling expansive, and that your ability in this holiday season to connect with those you love is strengthened. And I hope it's also an opportunity to really give your deepest gifts, to look past the commercialism. We've always heard a lot about commercialism. Should I go on a rant about that? Probably not, because you already know it. But one good thing to take from this is So in the holiday spirit, the tradition is we're going to give each other gifts. And then sometimes we rant about the commercialism of it, which we should. But let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. You see, this is an opportunity to give gifts. To give gifts. That's a life choice. That's an offering. That's art. So what we can do is, instead of throwing away the commercialism, we can just sit back, and this is kind of an awareness piece as well, and feel into the people we love and feel what they might need, think about it, and put some thought, some heart into, what would enlighten them? What would bring them up to more of a realization of their divinity and of their gifts to the world? What would delight them, bring them deep pleasure, not surface pleasure? How could you take it deeper? How could your gift touch them? So this is an opportunity to touch them with gifts. I think if you approach it that way, you'll find something really changes in the whole gift giving thing. So you can put up your Christmas tree, and you can wrap the presents, and you can do all of the Christmas stuff, the cultural stuff. You can listen to the Christmas music, but you can orient your gifts towards them as gifts from the heart, gifts feeling what they really need. Going beyond what they ask for and into what they really need, and they might not even know they need it. So you can take and elevate Christmas, not discard it, but elevate it to an art. So I leave you with that inspiration. I hope that impacts you and takes you out into something a little different this Christmas season. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.